That's us, WDXE, and it's time for our time with Stanley Wilson. But Stanley, I heard from him just a little while ago, and Stanley is going to go back up to, I believe, Murfreesboro or wherever the LCHS tournaments, the state tournament boys. They started last night up there, and let's see, and Keith Durham's on his way, by the way. So I just heard from him too. He's should be here in just a little bit, but in the meantime, I guess I'm gonna have to hold the fort down by myself because, like I said, I did hear from Stanley, and he is planning on going back up to the ball tournament. I think he helps watch over that, and of course, we're all excited that LCHS boys are in the state tournament, and there's another team too. One of the girls' softball teams. I haven't, and I apologize, I haven't kept up with all of it. All this, I did know that the LCHS boys were going to state. They did lose last night to last year's state champions. Tough team, and they did lose that game last night, but they're still in the tournament. They have to win today to stay in. I think that Stanley told me they'd be playing at 10 o'clock today. So there's that. Now, in the meantime, I guess I'm going to have to kill a little time here. And the lines are open. If anybody's got anything on their hearts or minds they want to talk about, 766-9393. I've got to do something. And so let's see who's on the phone. Somebody's going to call me right now. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I told you about the definition of the cordial. There is a third definition.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to thinking about it. It's scary when I get to think. I get to thinking, and I looked this up to prove that I was not wrong.
Okay.
The chocolate-covered cherries you get at Christmas with the liquid in them.
Yeah.
Those are called cordial cherries.
Cordial cherries. You're right.
It can't be just a chocolate-covered cherry. It's got to have the liquid dispenser in it.
Yeah. My father-in-law, Mr. Delma Michael, that was one of his favorite things, and we would always get him some of those during the holidays. And I like them too. They're good.
Yeah. An older gentleman I knew many years ago, he liked them, you know, at one time anyway, and everybody at Christmas would get him a box of them.
Yep.
We finally found out that he was tired of them and he was wishing people would
Well, I don't think Mr. Delmer ever got tired of them. Of course, we didn't get them, you know, all the time, but every once in a while we'd get him some. The other thing that we kept for him was Little Debbie's snacks. We had to have those too. Yeah. Anyway, so that's interesting though that cordial's got that many uses.
Yeah, I don't think I'll come up with another one.
Well, appreciate your call. Okay.
All right.
Hey, thank you. All right, yeah, 766-9393 if you want to talk with us. And Peggy and I were talking about the data center stuff a while ago. Now, I was just reading, I do a little AI search, and listen, I'm no expert, and I don't have a dog in the race either way. I know there are people that are highly opposed to the data center coming here. But I did look up to see, you know, what types of data centers there are, and there are multiple types of data centers. The proposed Lawrenceburg project appears to be, it says, a cloud storage, which is a co-location style data center, not one of the giant hyperscale AI campuses that you hear about in places like North Virginia or Memphis, according to this article here. It's planned to be about 60,000 square feet, and the co-location style data center. I looked it up because I'm like, what does that mean? Well, what that means is they just sell data storage to other companies. They rent space to different customers for data, and of course, almost any business or big business or industry's got a data center of some sort, even if it's in-house, but sometimes they rent spaces elsewhere and put their data centers. And what I'm reading here, that's the type of data center that we're talking about. Much smaller than the hyperscale AI data center, which is significantly bigger and evidently has a lot of stuff. They're used for information. Let's see. I'm just looking at what this thing says. Okay. Well, like I said, all type they rent space to anybody that needs data storage. That's cloud storage, data storage, whatever they need. It's called a cloud storage data center. So, for what it's worth, whether you're for it or against it, that's what it's supposed to be, and we'll see how it all shakes out. I know it's caused a lot of angst with some folks in a lot of different directions, but I was surprised at how many different types of, when I read into this, let's see, where did it go? Yeah, how many different types of data centers there are. There's lots of them, different types, and of course they've been around for, different types have been around for ages, but the new, I guess, hyper big AI centers are something of a different animal than they have been. So there you go. I've been in data centers. When I worked for a period of time for a Lee company, and I did maintenance contracts for industrial buildings and office buildings and things like that, and even data centers, and have been in them. In fact, the one that was the one in downtown Nashville, that where the Christmas Day bombing was, I was actually in that one. Not then, of course, but had been in that one a few times because we serviced that building, and did some work there, and looked that over. It was interesting, very clean, neat, and you never know that building was. I mean, it's a nondescript building right in downtown Nashville, and you'd go by it and really not pay any attention to it there. That particular data center, anyway. And I think it's on 2nd Avenue. It was right across from the old spaghetti factory, which now, you know, it got burned and messed up when that bomb happened. So it was just right across from that. We used to go to the old spaghetti factory, as a matter of fact, way back when, and always enjoyed it. I kind of hated that that thing got messed up like it did. So anyway, downtown Nashville is exploding. We were up there. I think I told you the other day, Daniel and I were up there one day a couple of weeks ago, and just had a good time. But things are changing so fast and rapidly up there that I had a hard time figuring out where I was in some of the downtown area down there. We went to Carter's Guitars, and they had moved, but they just moved across the street. So when I did the GPS on them to get there, it was taking me right to them, and I was looking at their old building. Well, they're not there. I went by it 3 times before I finally figured out they're across the street in a bigger building, and upstairs actually, up a 2nd floor. But we're right across the street from a restaurant called Arnold's. And if you hadn't been to Arnold's, it's really, that's the first time I've ever been. I've heard of Arnold's. It's been, I think, a fixture down there for quite some time. And I don't know if it was has anything to do with Eddie Arnold. Probably not. But Arnold's restaurant there is a cafeteria style restaurant and home cooked, you know, meat and 3 kind of thing. And Daniel and I went in there, and I think I had meatloaf and mashed potatoes and all. It was really, really good. Daniel had some kind of fried chicken that he said was great, and some banana pudding. And I would highly recommend, if you're in downtown Nashville and can get there, go to Arnold's. It's pretty neat. And if you're a guitar nut like I am, and Daniel, right across the road there is Carter's Guitars. And they've expanded big time. They've got a lot of guitars in there. Anyway, we had a good time, and I am just kind of stretching this out here because I'm waiting on, Keith should be in here. I don't know if he's going to make it or not. And this hour, of course, is with Harvest Financial and Stanley Wilson. Stanley's on his way to watch the boys play at 10 o'clock in the state tournament up there, the LCHS baseball team. So anyway, we'll try to talk a little bit until we get somebody in here. Good morning, how are you? Yes. Yep. David took Goliath's own sword and cut his head off. Yeah, I've been down that road before. To me, the scriptures read pretty clear that the stone killed him. But that's, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Sometimes. All right, see now. Well, Keith has made it in, and he's brought coffee, and he's taking some coffee to one of the other guys in one of the other studios like right now. But he's brought goodies from Quick Mart. How about that? Our good friends at Quick Mart. And of course, this hour we need to remind you is brought to you by Heritage Financial. Stanley Wilson, our financial expert, and he's going to be in here regularly on Wednesdays. But when he's not, or even when he is, Keith Durham comes and visits as well. Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's going on? I'm sorry I'm running super late today.
That's okay. That's okay. I was able to stretch it out.
Good.
I was able to stretch it out.
These headphones are hot.
Yeah, you can turn them down how you need to. That I have one control over here, but there's others over there. So
I brought you a little snack in the bag.
what did you got?
I got you your regular.
What I read? What did you get me a regular?
Yours is in the box.
Oh, ho, ho.
Special prize.
Oh!
Kevin walked in. Kevin, we're on the air.
Oh, okay.
He don't care.
I don't care.
This ain't tomorrow, Kevin.
Oh, is it not?
No. It's sausage egg. They're both the
Oh,
same.
okay. All right.
So if you don't
got-
Appreciate you, Buck. Thank you a lot.
You got mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
No, he got the one without the bun.
I've got one
The
just
buns, Hines?
just look at that.
Ooh, look at
It's a
that, man.
sausage sandwich.
Yes, indeed. I'll eat that in a bit.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Mr. Durham.
It's very difficult to eat and do this. What
I
are you
thought
doing?
Stanley was going to be here today.
Stanley is.
You got mad because you was here?
He's at the ball game, maybe?
Stanley is headed to the ball game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Stanley's headed
that's
to the
where
ball
he
game.
needs to be.
Yeah, I know that we were a little disappointed last night.
Well, I didn't hear the results.
Well, we didn't win last night.
Oh, goodness.
We didn't win. I'm not sure the score. I think it was 4-1. But now you know we were playing last year's state champions
Oh, really?
last night.
Well, that
was
makes a difference. Here's
that
your-
was the draw, and so it wasn't a good draw, I guess, for the first game of the state tournament.
Well, if you're going to lose one, the first one's the best, and that way it gets it under your belt, and then you can win on. You can win out on it.
Right, and that's what we hope they do. We
Yeah.
hope they win out. They're supposed to play today at 10 o'clock, I think.
You know, making it there was just a feat. That was a great accomplishment. And was
Yeah,
you
it
in
was.
town yesterday when it came through?
No, but I saw it online.
Okay, yeah, it was pretty neat.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was sitting at Crystal's trying to get out on the highway, and I said I'm gonna wait on the parade,
Yeah.
and I should have went. Because,
It was a long parade, huh?
no, it was backed up behind them. You know how
Oh,
it
yeah.
is
Oh, yeah, yeah,
uptown, and all the traffic was backed up behind them. But it didn't take too long. We popped out and got to where we were going.
All right, very, very good. Keith Durham, everybody, and appreciate you coming in on short notice, I guess.
Hey, no problem.
But what do you got on your plate today?
So, this happens to be one of the rare occasions at Quick Mart where a lot of folks are on vacation, and a lot of our office is in a training session in Orlando.
Okay.
And so there's very few of us at the office. And so I woke up this morning, we've got air conditioner problems at the store just built.
Okay.
And so those, I put everything in there, everything, even the air conditioning system is computerized. We can monitor it from our office.
Yeah.
And when it goes bad, you got to go down there with a laptop. You can't just send a technician down there with some gauges. You've got to go with a laptop and hook up to it. And it's
Yeah.
and we put in redundant systems and everything. Guess what? Get down there and the air's off, and so we got no air in the building. And it's like, how does that happen? We've got backup systems.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to figure out this morning. So it's a crazy morning for me.
Well, you're on it.
Yeah.
You're on it.
We'll figure it out.
You got it figured
Got some
out.
smart guys there to figure that out.
So, you know what I hadn't asked you about in a while?
What's that?
And no rush about it whatsoever. But you and I are partners on a project.
On a jukebox.
We're partners on a project.
Yeah.
And I've totally forgot about it until just now.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you. I think there was like $3.25 in the change box still.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you that, and that's probably what it's worth.
That's about what it was. What do we need to do with it? Just chunk it?
Oh me.
You know what I could do is we'll just sell it.
Well, here's me. It'll work,
Yeah.
but it doesn't look good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, it doesn't look good.
Well, okay.
So, when I'm a little OCD about that. When I work on something for somebody else, I want it to be perfect when it leaves.
Yeah.
Same way when I work on your computer and stuff, I will test it 4 or 5 different ways before I leave it to you.
Yeah.
Because I want it to work.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that we run into when something gets into my shop. It's like, I don't want to give this back to them, and it looks horrible. So I'm thinking about getting some stuff re-chromed on it. And I think
Seriously?
a little bit of chrome on it would make it look a lot better, because a lot of the chrome is gone on it. It's a 70s style, and it's had chrome on it. And
You may be right, and I'll bow to your expertise on this. Okay, but I will say this: sometimes refinishing stuff messes it up.
It does, but
as
not
far
with
as
jukeboxes.
Not with jukebox. Okay, all right.
Not with jukeboxes and not with pinball machines.
Okay.
So everybody wants them working and playable and looking good.
Okay. Well, I'm game if you're game. Whatever you feel like.
Yeah.
I'll leave it in your trusted hands.
But you got to come to see my shop one day.
I do.
I'm trying to build me a shop somewhere.
Yeah.
So
on your premises or
no? Amy and I think we may move when Spencer gets out of high school. We don't know yet.
okay.
Because I hadn't been upstairs in my house, and I have. I hung a ceiling fan up there this past weekend. That's probably the first time I've been up there in forever.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, when I need something from upstairs or downstairs, I send one of the young'uns.
Oh, do you? Well, that's what I do.
You send, hey, go up there or go down there, whatever.
On your way up
I
top.
don't have it upstairs right now, but used to.
Yeah, so I don't like upstairs.
Well,
I'm just one of those guys.
When we built our new house, which is not that new now, we've been there several years, but we determined that we didn't want it upstairs.
Yeah.
I did do a basement because for safety, and we're in the tornado alley.
Yeah.
And so we did want a basement, so we'd have a downstairs, and it's mostly just a big playroom for the kids.
Yeah. And I wish our house had that too, but we don't have a basement or a storm shelter.
Yeah.
We'd have to get under the stairs. So
Yeah.
if you're looking for us after a storm, we're under the stairs.
Or jump in the pool.
Is that a good place?
Yeah, get underwater.
Really? What if I thought it was flying debris that you got to worry about. If it throws
If we didn't have anywhere else to go.
if it throws all my trees and sticks in there, it'd be not safe.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah.
So,
Well,
but I was chasing what made me late initially was I was chasing a foul odor in the restroom.
a foul odor.
Yes, in the
Well,
restroom.
a foul odor restroom is not that uncommon. It's not that uncommon.
So, but you know, I have a bathroom in my house, and it's mine. It's in my bedroom, so it's my bathroom. Nobody else uses it. But I go in there, I'm like, what in the world? And what it was is there's 2 sinks in there, and then there's like a jacuzzi tub or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't used that thing. I hadn't been in that thing in 12 years.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
And but the cleaning lady does. She cleans it.
Yeah.
And it's been a while since she's been there, and the trap on the bathtub was dry.
Okay.
And that was what was causing the odor.
Oh, okay.
So all I had to do is run a little
So
bit
it
of water.
evaporated the trap there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and sometimes the other sink, there's a his and her sink in there, and sometimes the other sink will do that.
How about
And,
that?
and I filled the sink up, and I thought, well, I can still smell it. I forgot about the bathtub.
Hadn't thought about that.
So yeah, so I ran some water in the bathtub, and it fixed it.
Yeah, you know, the other day, one of my listings over off of Wickley Creek Road, new house over there, they had a main sewer line collapse over there.
Really?
Yeah.
In the street?
Yeah, over there near the Slater new subdivision there across.
Oh,
from
I saw them
Walmart.
digging over there.
Yeah, they had a sewer line collapse.
Wasn't that a new one though?
I don't know.
Or did it run down Weaver Creek? I don't know.
I have no idea. I just know that it happened because it caused odors in the houses around.
Well, we're downstream from that, so
So that might have been some of your problem. I don't know.
no, this was today.
Oh, today, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Wasn't that then?
No, it wasn't that.
Wasn't that then? By the way, I just want to remind everybody that Stanley Wilson would normally be here today.
Yeah.
And he sends his best to everybody, but he is headed over to watch the LCHS boys play at 10 o'clock today. And hopefully I'm going to keep up with that too. I tried to keep up with it yesterday. You know, the X Sports Network has been carrying the ball games, but TSSAA won't let them show the video. They can do the audio. But
Really?
But TSSAA is contracted with some other company and given them the exclusive rights to show the ball games. And I did see where people were complaining. You have to pay to watch it. If you want to watch it, you have to pay to do that. And then I heard somebody that had complaining that the video was awful and it was stopping and.
Well, here's my theory on it. If they're making you pay to watch it, they should pay the players.
Yeah.
That TV company should pay the players or the.
Well, I don't
streaming
think
company.
I think it's completely ridiculous that TSSAA contracted with anybody exclusively and won't let
Well, I would just tell TSSAA, hey, my team members have contracted with them that they can only be shown on this station, so your guy can't even film us.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the way they do that at all.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm not either.
That's been a thing for a while.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, that's been going on for years. So we could complain about that.
So who are they playing today? Do you know?
You know, I don't even know. I really don't know that. Yesterday's the team they played yesterday were the Green Devils, and I'm not sure where they were from, but they were state champions last year. So we need to look it up, I guess, see who they're playing. Hey, the phone lines are open too. 766-9393. Keith Durham's in the house with us. He has brought goodies from Quick Mart, and of course tomorrow is Quick Mart Day.
It is.
Here we'll be back with us tomorrow. But normally we'd be talking with Stanley a little bit, at least, about some financial planning. And Harvest Financial, he is opening up an office here, and it's right there on West Point Road, just as you turn on West Point Road, in front of one of those Quick Marts,
Quick Mart number 20.
number 20 at the Country Club. And it used to be a little hairdresser
Used to
shop.
be Miss Bryant's hairdressing shop.
That's right.
So yeah.
And Stanley's opening up his office right there. And
So what tee is that there on the golf course?
that's number 8.
Yeah, so as you're rounding to number 8, you can stop in and see Stanley and get a plan set and tee off
right.
on time.
Yeah, and zip across the highway right there and get you something at Quick
Yeah.
Mart and come
And
back.
there's a little gap you can ride your cart right straight over.
Yeah, there is.
We do.
Just be careful doing it.
Golf carts.
Just be careful doing it. Right there, just coming into town, just past that Quick Mart and hole number 8, there's a little low spot in the highway that runs over with water. when it's raining pretty hard.
Really?
And it's been that way for years. And it'll stand, if it's a pretty good,
Are you
decent,
talking about on the highway?
right on the highway.
I don't know what you're talking about. I lived out there for years and drove that road for years and never seen,
No.
I don't remember that.
Well, I mean, it's not like,
It just sheets over it or something?
it's an area right there where the water comes across, and it'll hydroplane you if you hit it
Really?
pretty
I've never
fast.
noticed that.
I can't believe you didn't notice that.
No. That's news. I'll have to look for that next time. It's gonna rain this week, I'll drive.
Well, it's gonna rain quite a bit.
I hope so.
What I understand, so we'll take it. We'll take
I
it.
mowed my yard. So, I guess fittingly, the Green Devils are from Greenville, Tennessee.
Greenville,
High School.
Greenville, Green Devils. Okay.
I don't know that, I wouldn't want to be on a sports team with the devil on my t-shirt. I mean, that's just, I don't.
Yeah.
So, I won't take anything that's,
What was it? Who is it? Arizona Sun Devils. They're
Yeah.
the Sun Devils out there.
I mean, there's certain things like I buy watches online, and there was a 666 model watch, and it looked good, but I'm not going to buy it
No.
because of the association.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that either.
So
I wouldn't do that either.
that's I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. I guess would be the right terminology. So, but well, we hope the guys do good this week.
Well, I hope so.
Today, and maybe
We're rooting for them, that's for sure.
Oh, heck yeah. They got to play on the new field up there. Well, they say new field. It's got new turf on it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that was neat to play on.
Yeah, it got a lot of nice comments.
Oh, it looked good.
Yeah, it looks great. We were up there yesterday. Babe Ruth tryouts were yesterday. Daniel was going to play, so they did all that yesterday. That was a lot of fun. A lot of young men there, and look like some good players too.
Oh, yeah, and that's a good age.
Yeah.
15 is the age or something?
Well, what is it?
13, 14, 15.
13, 14, 15?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually Babe Ruth.
Yeah, I think that's right. Daniel, I guess this is his last year. He's 15.
Did you play Babe Ruth?
Yes.
Who'd you play for?
Let's see. Who did I play for? We were the Stingrays.
Really? Who was your coach?
Bradley.
Butch Brad?
Well, Dunzer.
I don't know.
We called him Dunzer Brad.
Oh.
You remember, I don't know, Marty Bradley was my age and went to high school, and it was his dad. And he was our coach in Babe Ruth.
Okay.
We had a pretty good team.
So my coach was Butch Newton. Remember him?
Butch Newton.
Harbert Butch Newton, and
Yeah.
then Glenn Tidwell.
Yeah, I remember Glenn.
Glenn they were both great coaches, but to be
Yeah.
on their team, you had to have a nickname. Did you have a nickname in Babe Ruth?
No.
And so, they gave me a nickname. It stuck with me. People that know me still call me my nickname, and so, and you know what it is, Bones.
Bones, yeah. Well, you mentioned Glenn Tidwell.
Yeah.
I didn't get to play on his team, but we had a practice game with them one time, and Glenn was pitching,
Oh yeah.
and he was famous for a knuckleball.
Yeah, he was.
He was famous for a knuckleball, and I get to tell you that I cranked one of his knuckleballs
That's neat.
plumb across Rotary Park's fairgrounds up there. It went from one end to the other. If it had been a fence, it'd have been over it. He didn't like it either that I hit his knuckleball.
He sort of looked down and shake his head. That's what he usually
Yeah,
did.
he didn't like I hit his knuckleball.
During practice, he would just sit up there and he would just rock and roll. He had a rhythm that he would just sit there and throw.
Yeah.
And you know who does that today is old Doug Howe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Doug does the same thing. And I worked with Doug at the Quick Mart.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, his dad was a professional umpire.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so Doug grew up in the major leagues and
How about that?
around folks like that. But he taught many people around here how to pitch. And he's got this camera system that can. I'm sorry, he taught people how to hit.
Oh,
And he's
okay.
got this camera system that can watch you hit. And you might tell somebody, hey, you need to drop your elbow or something, but when you show it to them on camera, it's a totally different thing. And it's a science too, hitting a baseball. There's places in your stride and in your swing that you need to be. Like as soon as your front foot touches the ground, that's where all the power is.
Yeah.
So when you're swinging, you lift up your front foot and you step towards the ball. When your foot hits that ground, that bat needs to be in the place where it touches the ball, and that's where your power comes from.
Yeah.
So So a person taking a step will most of the time have way more power than somebody that has their feet planted and just swings the bat.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so,
true.
but he can take, like, if you got a favorite, I think I'm right in saying this. If you got a favorite baseball player, I can't even think any of the great hitters right now. Maybe Babe Ruth or whatever. That's a bad example. But anyway, he can put you side by side with them and show your swing versus their swing, and overlay it on top of each other, and so it helps you to learn how to make that swing.
Listen, the baseball players who take it seriously really take it seriously, you know, and work hard at it, and we've got, you know, some pretty good teams around here.
Oh yeah,
Our high school teams have all been good.
Yeah.
E.O. Kaufman boys have been great the last couple of years.
yeah,
And it's because I think, like you're talking about, there's a lot of guys that are really helping these boys with training.
oh yeah, yeah, and you know, it's these days you don't have to make it to the pros to get paid for stuff. You know, you're the name recognition incentives that go to college. So if you make it on the college team these days, which, you know, college takes a lot more players than the majors do.
Yeah.
Then if you're pretty good, you might can get some name recognition, get some money out of it, and transfer money and stuff like that. I'll tell you who's one of the unsung, or some of the unsung heroes of Babe Ruth around here is old Al Betts. You know
That's right. Alan was there yesterday.
I'm sure he was there yesterday.
Yeah, Alan has been a long time, I guess, well, he's just been kind of the leader of the Babe Ruth effort.
Yeah.
All the way around.
And you know, the fields have already been named, but you know, I would be for, if I was mayor, naming something after Al, because he has really dedicated his life to that.
He's dedicated.
Just like C.M. Robbins, he dedicated his life to Little League. You know, I can't remember for decades being at Little League without him being there and being on that microphone and taking the score and all that kind of stuff and keeping the scoreboards and stuff. So
yeah, we've had a lot of dedicated folks over the years. That's really.
And Doug Howes is one of them too. Him and Big Al run the Babe Ruth side of things. I don't know if Doug is active anymore, but I think he is, because when it's got him on the commercial called Doug Al or Al Betts, you know.
Yep, so, that's right. That's right.
But those guys, you know, they get nothing out of it other than their enjoyment for the game. And that's what's really neat about it.
That's true. So, being part of the community, doing what they do.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, there was a good group of boys there yesterday, and they had a good time, I think, doing it. It was warm yesterday, too.
Oh, I bet.
It got warm.
Yeah, but you know what? I mowed my yard yesterday afternoon, and it was nice.
Yeah.
It cooled down a little bit.
It cooled down. You mentioned the fellow that was a major league umpire.
Yeah.
Now that would be a fun job.
Yeah, but his daddy was.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it would be a fun job to be a major league umpire
Oh yeah.
and get into arguments with.
Well, these days though, there's so many. You know, they got the replay deal.
Yeah, they got the replay going now, which I didn't think they'd ever do, but they did.
Yeah, I don't understand that because you know, it really takes the umpire out of the game.
Yeah, all the balls and strikes it does.
Yeah, and you know what? It's that, to me, that was part of the game. Leaving upset because the ump didn't call a strike was part of the game, you know.
Yeah.
But now it's but the good thing about it is they limit you to 2 wrong. What's it called when you ask for a replay? I don't know what it's called.
What is it called? I guess they want it. It is called something. It has a name.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I can't think of it right now because
appeal.
Appeal, yeah.
You appeal the call.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they put their hand over the helmet to do it.
Yeah. So the only 3 people can do it is the pitcher, the catcher, and the batter, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you get 2 wrong, your team's out of them.
Yeah. Then you're done.
Yeah. So if you get them right, you only got 2 per game. If you get them right,
some of them, I've watched a little bit of that too, and you probably, if you'd have been a thinking person, you'd have known it was coming when they started putting the little box on the screen.
Yeah.
You know, even before they had this deal where you could appeal it, you could tell because they put the box on the screen now when it's a ball and when it's a strike.
So I guess they have to adjust that per batter. I guess you got to raise it up a little bit, or
I don't know,
or move it, because I would think my strike zone is a little bit higher than maybe somebody else's, because my knees are a little bit higher off the ground.
I thought about that. I guess it would make a difference.
So somebody has got to be there controlling the box. And I'm telling you, even if a thread of the baseball touches that box, it's a strike.
Yeah.
So most of the baseball can be out of the box, but if a thread touches it, it's a strike. I saw some of the replays yesterday, and I'm like, goodness, the umpire I thought got it right.
Yeah.
And but the catcher at that point is playing a game, you know, so he's appealing everything.
Yeah.
And so,
Golly.
and then there was one that was way off the plate, and the umpire looks around and says, "You going to appeal that?" You know,
Yeah.
he's right in the catcher's face.
Yeah.
You're going to tap
What
on
about that one?
Exactly.
You know, what's fun is when they have an argument,
Oh yeah.
and the manager comes out and starts bumping the umpire's chest a little bit or something. You know.
Oh, yeah.
They're in each other's face. What was it? Who was the Dodgers manager for years?
I can't.
Tony.
Tony La Rosa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw him one time, and I don't know if I believe this, but I'm gonna tell you what he told. He was speaking at a big church somewhere,
Yeah.
and he was talking about how getting into it with the umpires. And he said, "I know a lot of y'all have seen me, go out and chew out the umpire." He said, "I don't want you to think I'm using any kind of bad language." He said, "Most of the time I'm telling them what a great umpire they are."
I'm sure. I would probably argue that.
He said, "I'm telling them how great they are."
So they got a guy on YouTube now that can read lips, and and he is narrating these arguments between the coaches and the umpires, and he's spot on. He's got it. I'm like, goodness.
Well, sometimes you can read lips and not even be a lip reader.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, and this guy is good at it, but when a fight does break out like that, or an argument breaks out between an umpire and whoever, they turn that field mic down. So there's a field mic that's on that picks up the snap of the bat.
oh yeah.
And so it can pick up your voice too. And so if you're
they knock
yelling,
that off.
yeah, if you're yelling at the umpire, the sound technician mutes that out where it doesn't go over TV, you know. But this guy is very good at narrating
funny.
those things. Now, whether he's right or wrong, but it fits the situation most of the time.
That's funny. But yeah, he says, "I'm telling them they're the greatest umpire I've ever seen. You're the best at what you do. I've never seen anybody call a better ball than you can."
Oh, Doug Howe, in his office at work, he's got, he's been a coach for years too.
Yeah.
And so he coached Babe Ruth also, but it's got a picture of him. I guess it was a championship game or something, and the umpire obviously made a bad call. Because listen, Doug is on top of things. He would know if it's a good call, bad call. And most coaches do, and that's why they go out and argue.
Yeah.
They're not just arguing to be arguing. They know the rules. And you can tell Doug was mad. His face was red, and he was kicking dirt. They got his picture right in the middle of the dirt kick onto an umpire. And you don't do that kind of stuff, That'll get you ejected all day long.
Who was it that used to be real famous for his fights with the umpires? I can't think of his name right now.
Was he Yankees coach? Or?
It might have been Billy. His name was Billy something.
I don't know.
I'll think of it.
Somebody will know.
I'll think 766-9393. Somebody help me with that. And there's a really good movie to do with baseball called Moneyball. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
I'll have to tell you about it. Oops. Where did you go?
Billy Martin.
Billy Martin.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. Hey, I bet you do know. Billy Martin, that's right. Billy Martin. I knew it was Billy something, and I couldn't think.
They don't even have dirt these days, though.
They call it Billy Ball. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, good morning. How are you? Well, I don't know. Anyway.
So the internet says the coach you're likely thinking of is Billy Martin. He was a legendary and fiercely fiery Major League Baseball player and manager, universally famous for his intense blow-up arguments with umpires, which often resulted in epic ejections.
This is true. I remember him, man.
They didn't just throw him out of the game; it got dramatic.
Yes. Yep. He was a fit thrower from way back, buddy.
So he was with the Yankees, though. He was ejected 46 times while with the Yankees. That's like every other game.
I wonder if that's a record.
Could be.
Are you finally going to hang on for me? Are you there? Hello, hello.
I can't hear you.
She's not there. I don't know. So anyway, Peggy, I've tried to answer you every time, but it's not there for some reason. So anyway, what was I going to tell you? Oh, the Moneyball.
Yeah.
There's a movie called Moneyball. It's got Brad Pitt in it. And he plays a baseball manager of one of the teams that don't have, I forget which team it is. Now. But anyway, it's a great movie. It really is. If you like baseball, and it's the beginning of really technically analyzing ball players and picking your team around statistics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you would nerd out on this.
Yeah.
On this deal.
See, I really like baseball. It's the one game I understand the most.
Yeah.
I understand it more than football. I like
Yeah.
watching some football.
Yeah.
But baseball is the game. If somebody says, "Hey, you need to sit down and watch a ball game today," I would try to find a baseball game to watch because I understand it more. Because that is the sport I did play. I was no good at it.
Yeah.
But I did play.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I understand the rules, or
Yeah.
some of the rules are new, but I understand the
Well,
rules.
in this movie, Moneyball, he hires this guy who's basically kind of a nerdy guy that just looks at statistics.
Yeah.
And he helps him pick a team based on their statistics. And
not on popularity.
And not on popularity, and not on personality, and not on nothing. It's all about the numbers.
Yeah.
And the conflict he has with the guys that are more traditional in the way they want to pick the players is kind of how this movie heads out.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty cool.
I probably would like that because, even in baseball and football these days, I wonder how many times it happens that you pay this exorbitant amount of money for a player based on, I guess managers or player managers have a lot to do with about how much they get paid, but how many times they get them and then they don't pan out.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
Some of the big name players, though, I mean, they're evidently worth their money. For two reasons. Number one, maybe the way they play, but also number two, they're a draw. Can I think about Acuna?
Yeah.
Down at Atlanta.
But he can play.
He can play. He can flat play. But
Yeah.
but everybody's, the kids, everybody wants his jerseys. They want all the stuff.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. So he's merchandisable.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's merchandisable. Hey, good morning. You're on WDXE with us.
Yeah, my battery went out on the phone.
Oh,
You hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, this is the other phone. It brought to mind, and this is very macro compared to what you're talking about, but I didn't know a lot about sports. I took my son to his first T-ball game. His dad could go. He broke a kid's nose because he was standing too close. The coach didn't notice. I didn't notice. I made my son go to the doctor. The little boy's mother felt guilty because she was at work. I felt guilty because I was there. The coach felt guilty. He called me that night and said, we need to be paying attention to the kids and not chit-chatting with each other. And I just wanted to throw that out from a practical point of view. I think sometimes, people just, especially when they're really young, and at the time I didn't know my son, if it had just been a fraction higher, it could have hurt his eyes. So that is a really responsible thing for kids, especially in elementary school, having people that really care, that are really there, and that they're looking out for them.
Yeah. Always.
But
Go ahead.
on a macro level, I believe Bear Bryant could have run for governor and made it, or a higher level office. We were kind of Alabama fans, but we lived in Birmingham. And my son sat down one day, he was little, and I'd have to look at the day, and he was crying. And I said, what's happened? I didn't know it, He said, Bear Bryant died. I didn't want him to die. And I think that is just the significance. Sometimes, the kids in the neighborhood, he was really upset. And big bucks come into those universities, even state universities. I did a search recently during COVID, how much money comes in based on things like the athletics. So, yeah, a lot of those college students need to be paid for their time.
Oh, yeah, they're getting paid now, but it's big money, too.
Thank you now.
Yeah, if you think about it back in the day, how many people at UT had a Peyton Manning jersey on at the UT games?
Oh, man.
Everybody
Everybody did.
If you're in the crowd, you had an orange jersey on. It was a Manning.
I mean, yeah.
And he panned out.
Yeah, he panned out.
I followed him you know, I was a big Colts fan.
Yeah.
You know, and I loved their coach. I can't remember
Oh
his
yeah,
name.
Tony
Dungy, yeah.
Tony Dungy. Yeah.
Yeah, he was
good.
I thought he was a great coach. And and you know, I'm like, oh my goodness, I couldn't stand to see him lose.
Yeah. I got to see him at the Titans Stadium when he was with the Colts.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I went to a Titans Colts game while he was quarterbacking for the Colts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was fun to watch.
Okay.
I think the Titans actually won that game, best I remember. I may be wrong. It's been a long time ago.
Well, it's been a long time since they've won.
Yeah,
It might have been the last time they won.
It's been a long time since they won too. You know, have you been up there and seen the stadium?
I haven't. I saw it on TV though. I saw a little like a AI rendition of it. It looks pretty good.
Well,
Have they got it built?
they're building it.
Yeah.
It's under construction. I think that's what me and Daniel were seeing. It's a massive
Oh yeah.
building up there. Downtown Nashville is booming.
Yeah, I've sort of got mixed feelings on that. You know, I understand that it brings people in the city and they spend money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about from a mayoral standpoint, but do you spend tax dollars to build something like that, especially when those corporations make billions and billions and billions of dollars?
Well,
What I'm asking is, do they need a bed partner? You know, do they need somebody
here's the
to
thing.
get the thing done?
Here's the thing. They may not need it, but they can get it.
That's right. Yeah, you're exactly right.
And if they don't get it here, they'll get it somewhere else.
Yeah, they say that, but I mean, you know what it's like to change your franchise. I mean, to go from,
Well,
and they do it.
if the money's right, they'll do it.
You're right. I mean, we saw some move this past couple of years. You know, the Raiders moved to Vegas.
Yeah,
And so-
yeah, that's true. So
which was a good move. I mean, who's going to go to Oakland and get your car beat up and slashed and get in a gang fight going to a ball game?
That's exactly
crazy.
right. Yeah, yeah.
So
That was a good move.
that was a great move for the team.
I've been to Oakland.
I have too.
You been to Oakland?
Yeah,
It's been a while. I've been to San Francisco.
yeah. Well, if you've been to San Francisco and went across the bridge,
I
Bay
did.
Bridge, you went to Oakland.
That's why.
So I was there when it burned.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Did you burn it?
No, I was working with FEMA at the time, and we were working on the Presidio, and so
The what?
the Presidio, you know and it's at the
The
base.
movie?
No, it's a building. It's like a military base called the Presidio,
Okay.
and it's basically at the foot of the Golden Gate Bridge on the city side. And
I
so
wish I'd have taken the time to go across the Golden Gate. I didn't do that.
we did. It was anticlimactic.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know why, but anyway. Hey, good morning. You're on WDXE with us.
Yes, they announced on the news that they got the Super Bowl coming to that stadium in 30.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just out last night or night before last.
How about that? Well, that was part of the reason they were wanting to do what they did. Yeah.
yeah.
They're really gonna be working hard to get everything
Yeah.
ready for that.
So
Wow.
here's the bad part about that.
Well, thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
Is I think they try to pick a neutral stadium, which means they don't expect the Titans to be in the Super Bowl in 2030. Is that what we're reading into this?
You know, we could. If I was the Titans, I would be trying to make it that happen.
Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, I try to make that happen. Anyway. Oh man.
So we're going, first time ever, not this Friday, but next Friday, we're going to go to the NASCAR race up in Nashville Super Speedway, the truck race on
When is
Friday
it?
night. It's Friday the 29th. They got a truck race happening up there, Craftsman Series.
I
truck
have
race.
never been to that track.
I haven't either. I heard it's loud though, and it's bleachers. So you know, it's not like seats.
Yeah.
But it's bleachers, and that's okay. We're used to that.
Yeah.
But, and it's fairly cheap as far as NASCAR type stuff goes. It's fairly cheap to go. I think it's like $40.
Really?
Yeah, I can remember going to Talladega when it was $40.
Yeah.
And these days it costs a fortune to go to Talladega.
Well, it looks to me like the crowds are diminishing.
Oh yeah, they are.
At the.
So they had to paint the seats different colors so that when they pan the TV screen by, it looks like people up there.
Oh really?
So I don't know if you ever noticed that, but at these big tracks like Daytona and Talladega, they got, number one, Talladega, they took a lot of the seating out. And I have been there over the years. We went to every race from like 1986 to about 2007. We went to every single race. And we were part of the largest crowd to ever witness a sporting event at that race at the time. There was over 200,000 people there.
No, man.
And
What year was that?
I can't remember what year that was, but and we were there when they were filming Days of Thunder.
Oh.
And so I'm in the crowd scene there.
Oh, okay.
So I got no money for it.
No money whatsoever?
No, none whatsoever.
I went to several Talladega races a few years in a row, and then we just quit.
So it's different. I went down there back in probably 2016 or 2018. It's been within the last 10 years. And if you went to Talladega, you knew why they had to do some upgrades. It was pretty redneckish.
Yeah.
But I believe NASCAR has forgotten that the country redneck guys like us made them their money down there.
Yeah, and evidently they don't care.
No, and now it's more family focused. But you know, you used to go in there and you couldn't even breathe in the restroom. You know, even if you're in there by yourself. But now, last time I went, I'm not kidding. I use this example all the time. You could have dropped a ham sandwich on the floor in the bathroom and picked it up and ate it. It was that clean.
Really?
Yeah, Talladega has really cleaned up its act.
Well, that's good, I guess.
So-
In some ways, that's good.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
I mean,
I was-
that's a good way.
The worst time we ever went down there, it's probably 100 degrees or so. And they decided that, hey, when the race is over, we're gonna push everybody back through the little town of Talladega, not let them on these exits here. I mean, it's right off the interstate.
Yeah.
Let's block these exits off and push the traffic towards Talladega. So they did that, and then somebody died in the middle of the road. So we're backed up in this traffic, like, what's going on? We go up there, and here's this guy that's had a heart attack in the middle of the road. And of course, they can't move traffic or anything, because now they got to do whatever they got to do, you know?
Yeah.
And then the people start fighting. We were up there, and this one guy's leaning on this other guy's car, and he said, hey, don't be leaning on my car. Well, there's a fight that breaks off right next to this guy sitting.
Oh, my gosh.
It was total chaos. And I said, all you got to do is open up that exit and let people go backwards, and it's over. But they didn't take my advice. We sat there for.
Well, they should have.
They should have.
They should have. They should have. Wow. Listen, the hour has gone by.
I can't believe
The
it.
hour's gone by, and of course, normally Stanley Wilson would be here, folks.
Yeah.
And he'll be back next Wednesday, good Lord willing.
Yeah.
I guess, unless the ball tournament's still going on. How that's going on.
Yeah, they surely be over in a week's time.
It should
unless
be.
it's rained
It
a
should
lot.
be. But anyway, he's up with the LCHS team, watching them today. They're going to play at 10 if it don't rain them out. I hope it doesn't.
Yeah, I hope it don't.
Hope it doesn't. But and I hope they win. So anyway, Keith, thanks for coming in, buddy. We got to turn this. We got to turn this loose and do something else. So we'll be back tomorrow with the Quick Mart Hour. So
Yeah.
look forward to seeing you then.
See you then.
Lawrence County since 1951. This is WDXE Lawrenceburg, a broadcast service of Prospect Communications.